This video brought to you by Weebs of the Shore. YouTube, what is up? We are so happy to be here. This is, it's not the first time we've been on YouTube for a podcast, but starting today, moving forward every week, we've been doing it for 2 years over on Patreon. And now we're finally here to you guys here on YouTube. Every week you will get us doing a weekly podcast on current events, tournaments, cards, whatever it is that we want to talk about that week.
Yep. It's really exciting. We're excited to do this. We wanted to do this. It's kind of awkward based on like how we had on Patreon at first, and that was part of our content. Patreon, if you're seeing this for the first time for whatever reason, don't worry. There'll be more content for you guys as always. We're supplementing essentially. So, and if you're interested in Patreon and more competitive content,
links.
There you go. Terry's gonna yell at you actually.
Yeah.
YouTube, Dragon Shield, sleeves, 5% off. Code TRUE5. Link below. Patreon, also link below. If you want more competitive content, find it over there. I think we're still doing a free trial. Use that. Lastly, coaching. Want to take your game to the highest level you can? Caven and myself, open schedules. Get some coaching today. Back to you.
Sorry for your ears, but I know we already said at the beginning, but huge shout out. Thank you, Weebs of the Shore, for making this possible. We're excited to be here. We're excited to start doing sponsored content with them. So
it's fantastic timing as well. We haven't talked about it too much on YouTube. It's mainly been talked about in podcasts and stuff, which has been on Patreon. So we wanted to kind of give you an update on content because Patreon knows, but YouTube doesn't know. So post Worlds, we are focused a lot more on content than as much on competitive play. And so we are going to be really ramping up the content available for you here on YouTube and also Patreon. So YouTube is now going to be a weekly video on Fridays, most likely gameplay, a weekly podcast on Wednesdays, and then some sort of short form content or something on Monday as well.
And then, you know, throw in some sprinkles here and there when we decide we want to throw some more content at you. So you're going to get a lot of content, and that's what we're excited about. So that's definitely the news. That's some good stuff.
This Friday is not gameplay. It normally will be gameplay, but this Friday is going to be a Divine Relic review. We always do a Divine Relic review every single set that comes out, so we're definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, so this podcast, we've got one main theme, and it's cards we're excited about from DTR. So
there's so many good cards.
DTR is coming out in 2 days, this Friday. Yeah, it's close, and we know the full set. So this is the first time on our podcast that we've actually had the full set. We've talked about a couple spoilers here and there, but we have the whole set now. So we've each picked out a handful of cards that we're personally really looking forward to, and we're just gonna talk about them.
Yeah, I realized when we were picking out cards, the cards that I picked out were way more basic than the cards that you guys picked out. Like, my thing has like one effect on it. Like, it does like one thing, but yours has like this full list on of like of complicated.
I think we're gonna. I bet you that there's gonna be a bunch of value-based stuff out of Cavens because we don't know each other's cards. I bet it's gonna be a bunch of like card draw. Would be my assumption. Yours, my guess would be
anything, dude.
Things that are weird, like things that are either brand new, like new interactions, new things that could potentially happen, new things that might break the rules, stuff like that. That kind of seems what you'd be into. And then I'm not going to say what I think I'd be into.
You've been on the fire aggro pill lately.
I do love fire aggro.
Yeah.
I think it's because people just see me as a FISA player now because of Worlds. Literally, they're like, "Oh, he's the FISA guy, right?" And I'm like, "I guess I'm the FISA guy now."
We're in the same shirt.
We're matching shirts.
Oh my goodness! I didn't wear mine. But I guess you want to start us off, Isaac. How about you? You do the honors. You're the youngest.
All right. It's true. All right. I'm gonna pick 5, even though I have 7. Or unless I'm gonna do the Caven sheet, where I'm gonna put 2 of them into one, which is Languid Toad Troll and Throne Keeper Bullfrog.
I say let's do like you pick one, I pick one, and we'll kind of like go around and make sure that we're all talking about stuff we really like.
I'm gonna put these 2 both up on screen.
Yes, I'm excited to hear.
Cool. So
they're both frogs.
One's a frog and one's a toad. Actually, I think they're both frogs. Oh, they actually are technically both frogs.
Because there are toads, I think. But they're beasts.
The toad is a beast.
And frogs are animals, right?
Yes. Correct. But they're both
they're both labeled as frogs. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
Anywho.
In a way.
Anywho.
So what's happened with them?
So, Languid Toad Troll is a 4-cost water, 0/6 ally, Tamer Beast Frog. It is hindered and taunt. That is it. So it's a big old body that has taunt but it's also one of our first beasts that isn't a Fate Stone, that doesn't have pride of any sort.
Wow.
So this is the very first time we've had that.
I didn't realize that. Yeah.
So which is really cool.
Yeah.
This allows for a lot of, my favorite interaction is Young Beast Bonder, of course. You play Young Beast Bonder onto this, where you're going to put on board. No one's going to be able to kill its turn 1. It's similar to Giant Tortoise. So that was a 1/6 for 4, but it didn't have taunt. This has taunt, and no one's going to be able to really kill it on turn 1 unless they did some crazy double focus flames, which you're probably okay with that trade.
Yeah.
And then you can Young Beast Bonder this on the next turn, and then that's a 2/8 after leveling up. And that's pretty big. And then the other card, which is a 3-cost water 0/4 ally guardian animal human frog, another frog, which is Thronekeeper Bullfrog, also has taunt, but also has floating memory. This is, I think, one of the this is like stalwart, but +2 health and 1 more cost. But it's also water. I think that has obviously big synergy with a lot of great
Cerulean Decree, all that kind of stuff.
And is an animal.
Yep.
Which also, again, huge for any kind of synergy of any kind of beast animal synergies.
If you play both these bodies in a Sylvie deck, for example, that goes to Sylvie level 2, there's a good chance you're drawing a card for an animal and a card for a beast.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, floating memory, right? So it's kind of like drawing if they kill one.
But I mean, imagine going to Sylvie level 1 and playing your Stalwart Shieldmate, but it gets a buff counter. That's crazy, right? Now you're playing a 1/5 Taunter. That's super cool.
So those are both really cool. I really want to point them out just because of their inherent strength, even if they're just so simple.
Yeah.
So
no, those are super cool. I really like you said, maybe we'll start to see some more animal synergy water builds. Like right now, obviously we have Guoxia and Genbu, right?
Yeah.
But there isn't that much animal beast theme, right? It's just mill and floating memory theme.
What's the melody that chucks a beast from your graveyard? Or a beast from your graveyard?
Card Song Coda.
Yeah, Coda.
Yeah.
So both those are pretty good targets for that.
No, super cool cards.
Yeah.
No, I think those are great. Great way to start us off. Those are fun. Cards that people might not be thinking about, just the basic utility of having a water taunter floating.
A taunter that also is going to protect your bovine.
Yeah.
A 0/6 taunter that's going to protect a bovine is big.
Do they both have floating? Or does the only
No. The toad doesn't, unfortunately.
He's just a big.
That'd be way too good.
That'd be really
agreed. Yeah, I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. But the other guy does.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. All right, Gabe, what you got? Sticking with the water theme, I see.
Another water card, yes. So I like to draw cards. So Confidence Oath, 0-cost water regalia, Guardian Ring, seal bonus. Whenever an omen counter is put on a card in your banishment, put a refinement counter on Confidence Oath. 2-cost, tap it, remove 2 refinement counters, and draw a card. So really strong here. Seal level 1, for those of you that might not know, since the set's brand new. Every single end phase, you get to banish a card from your graveyard or hand and put it in banishment with an omen counter on it. So basically, if you bring out Confidence Oath, kind of similar to the Windwalker Boots, effect, synergy or whatever. Like in Tristan, it's very common to go level 1 Tristan, Windwalker Boots, right? And start getting those prep counters right away.
Sure.
So kind of similar with Confidence Oath, you can go level 1 Seal, then Confidence Oath right away, and start getting that counter every single turn that you can turn into draws, which is really strong. I mean, we've seen how powerful Boots is. Boots obviously actually accelerates your game plan and then turns into a draw itself later.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if this will be as good as Windwalker Boots. But it is really strong. Having a repeatable draw effect on a 0-cost regalia isn't something that we've seen.
Is it 0 or is it a 1 cost?
It's a 0 cost.
It is a 0 cost.
Yeah, which is
that's
really
so
cool.
Good.
And then even paying 2 and tapping it to draw a card sounds like it costs a lot, but if you think about it, you pay 2 from your hand and you tap it, and then you draw a card into your hand. So it only costs 1 in a weird way if you think about it.
Yeah.
If you have a 7-card hand, you're going down to a 6-card hand.
It's like a Fairy Whispers almost. It's kind of like because it's like losing 2 cards but gaining 1, right?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
People play a lot of those.
And we know how strong, when you play Fairy
But this
Whispers,
is straight up +1.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you play a card like that, you're not oh man, my whole turn's spent now, right?
Yeah.
And this can obviously also be used at fast speed, so it's really good. Water loves holding up cards on their opponent's turn.
Yeah.
You just go, okay, you're passing, end phase, do my Confidence Oath.
Yeah.
Very easy to achieve. So I see a lot of synergies. There's a lot of, not a lot of, but there's Water has the best way to ramp omens as well. Yes. So you could actually turn this into a draw every single turn by playing a single card that ramps an omen during your turn, and then going to end phase, seal, get another omen counter, bam, tap it in your opponent's end phase, draw a card. So it's very, very smooth, I think.
Doable,
Yeah, I think this card is really good. It says draw a card, which is my favorite phrase ever on a card. So
and it's repeatable.
Repeatable on a 0 cost.
We haven't seen a lot of repeatable draw effects.
No.
If any.
Like Alchemical Scripture and stuff like that. Like there's a couple, but they're usually much bigger. Avarice. Yes, true.
When you flicker it.
Draw 2 cards, man. I can't believe I played Wind Allies. Like what? But yeah, obviously there's ways to interact with this card, right? You have Fracturize, all that kind of stuff. It's very susceptible. It's a 0 cost, so it can get hit by Reduce to Ash, all that kind of stuff. But its limitations on repeatable card draw is so much lower than anything else that we've seen. You know, Alchemical Scripture being an advanced element card requiring X amount of blah, 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 right? Like, really cool card.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's cool. I like that card a lot. And I guess if they are reducing it, if a deck is probably playing Reduce, I think you're happy they reduced that over something else you might be
Instead of playing an ally that's going to kill you.
So that totally works. No, that's a sick card. I guess for me, I'll stick kind of with the it's not a water card, but the way I'm going to talk about it is going to go into water deck. So the card that I'm going to talk about first is Liminal Guide. So this is one of the first specters that we got out the gates. Liminal Guide. It is a 3-cost 1/3 ally cleric specter. Whenever your champion levels up, return this card from your graveyard to the field. If you do, it becomes ephemeral and draw a card. So this card is a card that me personally, if you guys know me, if you've hung out with me, if you've talked with me, you know I am a huge Water Pile fan. I love Genbu, and I loved Water Cleric when we played it before. It hasn't happened, and I'm not going to say it happens, but I would say that the overwhelming opinion of the public here on YouTube, Discord, Reddit, everywhere would be that we're probably going to lose Lost in Thought. It hasn't happened. We'll see what happens. But the thing that Lost in Thought gives these water decks is a way to like utilize cards in your graveyard in multiple ways to continue to grow value, right? To continue to push your game plan, keep you alive, let you continue to fight until you take over the game and win in one of your many ways, right? Liminal Guide is very, very cool. Not just in water, but I'm going to talk about it from that essence, is this card getting thrown into your graveyard for the cost of doing nothing, right? If it's part of your strategy, if you're doing self-mill, and then getting to just level up because that's what you do, and then all of a sudden you're getting a 1/3 body on the board that could potentially help trade. It could do a little extra chip damage to make those breakpoints change. But the biggest thing is that you're drawing a card, right? So for leveling up, which most of the time in a water mill deck, you're leveling up for free, right? With floating memory. So we are getting to plus, which is really, really cool. Plus our actual influence. You can, I mean, floating memory is its own thing, but the fact that this comes into play and draws you a card is just so cool. And I think that that kind of value engine, thank goodness it gets ephemeral when it comes back, because there would be some really dumb recursion stuff happening. So I think that the Spectre archetype was very meticulously thought out. I think they really were like, okay, I could see that this could get broken really easily. We need to be careful. So I think that as the new guide, a lot of people saw this right out the gates. And obviously every guide that comes out, instantly they go, compared to Dungeon Guide. This is not Dungeon Guide. This is
no guide has been.
No, and they may never be again. Dungeon Guide is an insane card. Obviously, very, very powerful. But this is like a completely, if this card wasn't called a guide, you wouldn't compare it to Dungeon Guide.
Can we do a YouTube video where we rank the guides as if they're URs? So Dungeon Guide is the GCR, right? Because 5 out of 5, like clear value, like generic staple. And then Heavenly Guide is the QSG because it's like kind of bad, but like in certain metas or with certain card pools, absolutely busted.
And it's in a lot of sideboards.
Or is that
just like QSG?
No, that's QSG. Because QSG was a 2 out of 5 when it came out, right? And then now it's a 5 out of 5 card. And I'm just like, oh, True Champion Game is wrong. Whatever. Not holding a gripe about that.
I feel like you mentioned that in as many videos as possible that
they need to know.
Caven definitely holds a grudge against that.
Because like I've said so many times that we're like wrong about ratings all the time, right? Like brand new sets coming out, no content creator for any game ever has like a good record for predicting it correctly. But we called that card so perfectly, and people are like, "Oh, you guys are so wrong about it." It's like, oh.
Go back and watch it.
Go back.
The card has a lot of potential as the game goes on.
Over a year ago, or about a year ago?
More than that. More than FTC.
FTC was a while
FTC
ago.
was almost.
Or 2 years ago, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2 years.
About 2, yeah. Pretty close to.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Man, that card. Oh my gosh.
Dude, it was so bad on set release, though. It was awful.
Yeah, it was not good.
Anyways, but Heavenly Guide, it's like kind of like the QSG. I'm really going off a tangent here.
No, we can talk about it on podcast. We don't even need to do a video.
This is what podcasts are. Our podcasts are.
Your tangents.
I think Academy Guide is most similar to Temporal Spectrometer because it's basically a 1 out of 5. It's seen. I mean, dude, Temporal Spectrometer is hard to compare any card to because it's just so garbage. I'm sorry, Dan.
That's kind of mean to. I think Morgan's Soul Guide is Temporal Spectrometer.
What are the other guides? Academy, Heavenly, Dungeon, Liminal? Is there another one?
Heavenly, Dungeon, Academy, Liminal. Because there's only
Are we
been
missing one?
Morgan's Soul Guide.
Morgan's Soul.
No, that's not a real guide.
It's his guide.
Yeah.
I guess that is FTC's guide, but like it doesn't count. Anyways, yeah.
Those are the ones. Okay, that's cool. Oh, it's because
What's our
the capstone, or not capstone, because that's the actual word that is happening with the set, but the main set, not the supplemental set of each world we go to has a guide.
Correct.
Got it. So this is our 4th guide then.
Yes.
That makes sense.
That's why FTC didn't get one.
Yeah.
MRC didn't get one. So it was DOA gave you Dungeon Guide, ALC gave you Academy Guide, HVN. No, sorry, HVN's not a big one. AMB, Mortal Ambition gave you Heavenly Guide.
Can we make Academy Guide Imperial Seal?
Yeah, that's fair.
That's cool.
fair.
Yeah.
I think those have
Mortal,
honestly probably seen about the same.
I feel like it's so mean to give.
Yeah, no card will ever be as bad as Temporal Spectrometer is. And Dan can't pay me any amount of money to change my mind. I mean, $500, sure. PayPal is linked below.
That's not that much. That was so
$50. Twist my arm, why don't you?
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's good as many times as you want. $20 a sentence.
I can't wait for the YouTube video that comes out 1 year. Yeah, it's just, this video is sponsored by Main Deck Dan. Temporal Spectrometer is a 5 out of 5 best divine relic.
That's the short.
That's it.
That's the short.
That's the whole video.
He's gonna clip that.
Yeah, he should. Oh no,
Crap.
he can take you out of context. Liminal Guide to finish it off.
Yeah.
I think that this card is very powerful. I think it's going to be utilized in other strategy twos, but just out the gates, first thoughts. I mean, the card hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah.
Just my first thought was, if I lose Lost in Thought, or even if I don't, this card is a very powerful value engine that you can just slot into the deck.
Every guide so far has seen top 8 Ascent placement in one way or another. And I think that this will follow.
Yep.
I think we'll see this in a top 8 Ascent eventually.
Yeah.
Even if it's not right away.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Next card.
Regal Inquisition. So I'm talking about a Exalted card. So new Exalted theme, which is basically as long as you have an advanced element enabled, you can use this card like you would an advanced element card, essentially.
Any advanced element.
Yes. It doesn't matter what advanced element.
Like if you're Fire Umbra and this card is a Fire Exalted card, you can still utilize it.
Correct. You still have to have the basic element of the card enabled.
Yeah.
So because this one is Norm, it's good. You can run this on any advanced
okay.
element. But a Fire Exalted
Needs
deck
to be a fire.
cannot be ran by a Wind
Exalted.
Glosia third element deck.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good. I actually didn't know that. So that's cool. I'm glad you taught me that.
So it's a 2-cost Norm, action cleric spell. At slow speed, you can look at target opponent's hand and memory, discard any amount of cards from among them. Then for each card discarded this way, that opponent reveals the top card of their deck and puts it into their hand. So they do get to, if they had like full memory down, all their whole thing was reserved, their whole hand was reserved, they would get all those back into hand. But the more important thing is that you get to pick out their strongest cards from their hand and or memory and get rid of them. I think this is very similar in a lot of cases. Now, granted, it's only Exalted, so it's only when you're a level 3 or obviously advanced element. So you're not going to be doing this as soon as it happens. But there's multiple angles you can play this card. One is to play it, look at their hand and memory gain information, and then get rid of like their counter cards or negate cards or whatever like that. That's huge in and of itself. Or there are cards that go into like Resolute Stands or Veiling Breezes or whatever. Like there's just so many things that this can hit that, yeah, they could draw another one, but now you guaranteed got rid of one.
It's hand and memory,
Yeah,
right?
it's both.
You get to look at both.
You'll always get full information because you get hand and memory. There's no way to like play out of it like extricating touch where you have to choose one.
Yeah.
And then you also see every single new card they draw.
Yes. Yep.
That's so important because if it was like hand and memory, but then they draw blind, like if you got rid of 4 cards, you might have just drawn them one of the same cards, right?
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't know. I really like this as like a sideboard card or something.
In
It's
every
like,
level 3 deck.
Yeah, because
Yes.
like when you play against another matchup that's like water control or something like that is usually
Luxem.
draw passing or something. Luxem, yeah, exactly. Or like Tristan, Shadow Strike, right? Like being like, okay, I might give you some cards back, but like you probably didn't lay down your full hand. I'm probably not accelerating your tempo that much. And if I get rid of your Shadow Strike that you were afraid to cast because I'm a water deck and I might have had Song of Frost in my hand, or I get rid of your end caps, like what do you do?
I mean,
you know?
against Luxem, because this looks at and doesn't reveal.
Yeah.
And you know they have triple Lightweavers, triple Sight,
rid of
and you
them.
go,
Yes.
cool, I know that's in your memory because you've just played down and like holding up Veiling or whatever.
Yeah.
I go, cool, I'm going to get rid of literally all of those.
Right.
Now what's your game plan?
Luxem's like literally the perfect deck to play this against because their deck mainly comprises of Engine to get to level 3 and then a small selection of good cards to play at that point. And if you get rid of their good cards, you're probably drawing them into mainly dead cards, which is really, really nice.
Yeah.
So huge. I think
Very powerful.
Any deck that also has like, well, I guess end cap backup for this, because like playing against Luxem, they might be holding up an end cap. But if you're also in a the mirror, my gosh.
Oh no.
This is so abysmal. But like if you're in an assassin deck, you also have end cap. You play this with 6 cards in hand. Play this. Look at what they have. If they try to end cap it, you end cap it back, and you go, okay, cool. You're gonna lose the game.
Yeah.
Basically, and that's
Well,
it.
and it's so nice that this is 2 cost because it is a card that forces out a negate.
Yeah.
Because if they don't negate this card, you can get rid of their negates.
Yes.
And so even just being a 2 cost like negate bait card is really, really strong. Not sacrificing the momentum by paying a 3 or 4 for it or something. Yeah.
But the one thing I do really like about this card that I think is really funny, not necessarily, I don't know if it's necessarily viable, but is to essentially dig your opponent 7, 8 cards deeper into their deck. Or if against a Merlin, they have a whole slew of cards in their hand. You just go get rid of all those, and yeah, they're not drawing, but they're going, if they have a lot of cards, like 10 cards deeper in their deck, and you might be able to mill them out on their next turn or something like that. So it's kind of cool in that way to force because you have to play these back to back. Is also a thing. You play one, then play another one, and really just kind of ruin your opponent's plan.
Yeah.
One really important thing to note with this card is it doesn't technically draw them to hand. So that way you can't go like Tithe and then play this card and
Creeping Torment, like literally play them from hand, and then play this, and then you just take.
Yeah, so there's
Creeping Torment's every second card.
Yeah. But yeah, you can't pair it with like cards like Tithe and all that kind of stuff. So there's not really a way to like abuse this card like crazy, but it has so much strength just by itself. Yeah.
So
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, so I'm actually going to talk. I think the rest of my cards don't say draw card, which is crazy.
Whoa.
But I've been very excited for Seal. I really like him as a concept, and I wanted to talk about Grim Pastiche. So this is a 2-cost Umbra card, fast action guardian skill. And it allows you to copy target non-skill action omen you have with reserve cost 5 or less. If you do, you may activate that copy without paying its reserve cost. If you don't activate it, the copy ceases to exist. So this is a very unique new card that we have coming to Grand Archive. We haven't really had copy abilities yet. And something really important to note that we had to get clarity on is if you copy a slow card at fast speed with Grim Pastiche, you can activate that card at fast speed. Which is also a new thing to
Breaking
Grand
timing
Archive.
structure.
Yes, we haven't really been able to...
Star calling.
Well, yes,
but that's
we
about it.
haven't really been able to generically copy...
Clockwork Music Box.
Well, yeah. Oh, and also the Clockwork Amalgam.
Oh, you're talking about copy cards? Wait.
But I was talking about
I was talking about...
breaking.
Yeah.
Breaking.
I'm talking about both, I guess.
Yeah.
Clockwork Music Box, too.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. There's a few ways.
I saw it in a regional by Andy.
Okay.
What, you remember he was playing Erupting?
Yes, he beat me. Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, hey, do you remember that time you
I
lost
remember
the
that.
Erupting
I remember
Rhapsody?
that. I think it cut me out of Top Cut. Thanks, Andy.
I think Andy lost out after that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
You just got a beat game and then whoop. That's how we do it.
Oh man.
But anyway, this card is kind of nuts.
Yeah, because like Star Calling, both Star Calling and Clockwork Music Box still have restrictions on the cards that they can change the timing of. This, I mean, technically this one does too, but it has a bigger pool. This allows any non-skill action to be played at fast speed, basically, which is really interesting that they worded it this way. As far as I know, the only types of actions that we have at the moment are skill and spell. And so it's very interesting to see it worded non-skill action.
Tax actions?
Huh?
Are tax actions?
No, they're attacks.
They're just attacks?
Yeah.
Cool. I was going to say, because hopefully we're not going back to the OG days of print and play when you could fast attack.
So like this really reads right now, copy target spell action that you have. But it does make me believe that we are going to see non-skill, non-spell actions going forward.
In the future.
Yeah. Keeping a foot in the door for design space for this card, which is cool. Reserve cost 5 or less is very, very open still. There's a lot of cards that you can copy with this. And I just think it's going to really create some interesting interactions in the game. I could spend a long time talking about this, but we have a lot of cards to talk about today. So very, very neat card, doing some very unique things.
It does a lot of really cool stuff. I'm just like thinking off the top of my head all the crazy stuff you would be able to do with this.
Yep.
It's really, really cool. Card is definitely powerful.
I was still thinking if it ignored elemental roll.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. You can. So you still have to, you have to be able to play the card like normally, basically. But yeah, I mean, you can. Umbra has some really cool cards right now. You can negate stuff. You can draw multiple cards. If you a really cool interaction is if you use this card on a Umbra site, you can draw a card, and then Umbra Site's next ability is draw a card into your memory. If you do, put Umbra Site on your lineage, and then deal 2 damage for each other curse you have. So if you copy that with Grim Pastiche, you will draw a card, and then you could choose to draw that second card, but obviously it's a copy, so that actually can't exist in your lineage. So it'll go into your lineage, cease existing, and then check for damage for other curses. So you can very easily turn Grim Pastiche into a draw 2 for no like you won't add curses to your champions and stuff. Like so very, very
and the cool thing is you can copy a site, resolve your copy first, and then resolve the site, which is pretty sweet. So like,
if you play another site.
Yeah, like if you're copying a site, does it copy it?
It's fun. It's the omens that are banished.
It's copying an omen.
Got you. So never mind. So you wouldn't do it like. Well, I mean, you could do it like that if you wanted to.
There's no point.
There's no real ways to do, but you could.
But speaking of like curses and stuff, this also hits the negate. So if you copy your banished negate, you will negate the card, and then it won't go into your champion's lineage, so you won't get the inherited effect of -5.
That's cool.
So this is a really, really neat card for those reasons, and definitely a card that I wanted to bring up and speak about those unique interactions. There's obviously some anti-synergies with that though, because Umbra Site, any of these curses are probably not going to be in your omen pile because you're probably putting them onto your lineage. So it's a little hard to actually synergize with those. But if you're in, fire or water or whatever, and you're just milling those early, banishing them from your graveyard as an omen from milling or discard or whatever can be really strong. So anyways, we'll move on to the next card.
No, that card is really cool. It's like you said, it's new stuff. So that's why it's like easy to talk about forever.
Yeah.
So I was gonna just stick with this like advanced element thing. You know what? I will. And then I'll do my next one after this, which is my favorite. But for now, I'm going to do Humpty Dumpty, Fate's Fall. So this is a 2-cost, unique item, cleric artifact. And I'm going to say out the gates, thank goodness it's unique. Because holy, this card. Anyway, this is what it does. You can rest it, put a buff counter on Humpty Dumpty, then glimpse X, where X is the amount of buff counters on Humpty Dumpty. So the scaling is pretty good. If you're in Astra and you're getting to utilize Star Calling or new Diana's mechanic, I can't think.
Aether Calling.
Aether Calling. It's pretty cool that you get to continuously build up. So the longer this sits out without being answered, you just scale indefinitely.
Especially with like Aether Calling, where you can actually activate multiple things. Star Calling, if you glimpse 20, you're still only activating one card. And then all the rest of the bottom, all the rest go to the bottom. But yeah, Aether Calling, you glimpse 20,
you're
bam,
swinging.
you're
like,
swinging. That's crazy.
The cool thing is with Aether Calling is you glimpse all of those, and then you also do a Star Calling with like Astra Sight.
And
so like you just get ton of value.
There's a ton. So Humpty, Dumpty, a lot of scaling there. But then a really, really cool thing that we haven't seen a lot of. Have we seen any of this? Let me read it first. I can't remember. But you can pay 2. Until end of turn, Humpty Dumpty becomes an ally in addition to its other types with base power and life 0. Wow. So this is just the scaling, and it's also a beater. So like as the game goes on, you can continuously, if you need to, and you don't need to glimpse for whatever reason. Maybe you just need to push that little bit of extra damage. You can activate Humpty Dumpty and swing in.
The card
Scepter of Awakening.
Yeah, that was a newer card that hasn't seen a lot of play or anything. I think it got played. It does have a top 8 because I think it was in the Fire Fractals list that Rex played in Seattle.
Oh, he topped 8?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I believe he had that.
He did.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. So, but yeah, so cool effect. We haven't seen a lot of it, and obviously a lot of people are excited. The thematics, the art.
It's so good.
The effect, I'm excited. First of all, the art's amazing. I love it. But I'm excited for that effect because I want us to see more like item becomes target ally with power, with power and life equal to reserve cost.
The funny thing too is like if you do turn it into an ally, now all of a sudden your opponent has a way to interact and kill this card a little bit easier. Because I do believe if you make it an ally and it has a health stat and it dies. So
for sure.
You don't have to have a fracturize for this or something. You could kill it with a torrential blast.
But you also could protect it from a fracturize by turning it into an ally.
It is in addition to its other types.
No. Oh, it's an addition. It's an addition.
That's what I was just reading.
Oh, it doesn't just turn it into an ally. Come on.
That'd be a little
awesome.
I think it's fair. It's like level 3, and they try to fracturize it. Now they can't buff. Well, they can. No, they can. They can still buff because it doesn't make it rest. You just have to pay 2. Okay, that's a little strong.
It's a cool. This set is bringing a lot of new ways to play Grand Archive, which is really, really fun.
Not to talk about any other card games, but this is a mechanic in another card game that you like utilize things on your board that are not like creatures or allies to win. As the game goes on, you can utilize those to win the game. So you continue to control. It's a control mechanic.
I always really like that. I think it's a cool idea.
Fractals?
Yeah, it's fractals. You got another one for us?
Yeah, I don't know how long we've been doing this, so it might be
do one more.
The last one.
Yeah, we'll do one more round.
So Ignis Deus, which is a 2-cost fire fast action spirit skill. Spirit skill, by the way. I think this is the first time we've seen a spirit skill. I'm not going to 100% put that on the line.
Yeah, it is.
But I'm pretty sure.
It is, yeah.
Activate this card only if your champion is a spirit. Materialize a champion card with a base level 1 from your material deck. If you do, for the rest of the game, non-spirit champions you control cannot level up. Obviously, this is not a card you're going to be playing if you're going to a level 2 or 3 strategy.
No.
But I think it's really interesting in aggro decks. Or decks that can mainly stay on spirit, but then are trying to go for a kill once they level up. This gives you a way to not use materialization for your leveling up, and maybe just go for a draw and just like keep cycling your deck. This would have been insane interrupting, right? You're just sitting there and cycling cards, and then you're going to be playing this on your opponent's turn or before you do anything else, or even in your main phase, and get that level up, or recollection I meant, and get that level up on the stack and everything like that. So I think this is a really strong card. It's going to be a little awkward to play and figure out how to build a deck that works best with it. I was thinking like Fire Aggro Dao-Chan is not a bad one because it's always trying to get that memory with its Fire Bloom flourishes back. But I think it's a really cool card to pay attention to and not like sleep on.
Yeah, I think there's some really cool interactions. As Caven said, I've been exploring a lot of Fire Aggro. So this card, I think, is really, really cool for a couple things. One is, and this is kind of the meme one, but it is cool. If you are in a Fire Aggro mirror, a lot of times what it comes down to is one of the players just being able to outright kill you and go all in.
And commit
everything they have to killing you. And if you are at 15 life, and that takes everything they have to commit, and then you go, never mind, I have 19 life, or I have 20 life. And they go, oh, now their shields are down, and you go, cool, wake up, kill you.
I also think it's really funny with Tenoris. So you have like Alice on board, and then they go like,
Taunt.
swing 2 into Arthur. You're like, yeah, cool. Or like, yeah, before damage, I'm gonna get taunt. And so on their next swing, they wouldn't be able to swing into the Arthur or whatever.
Super cool.
So I think that's fun. I think we'll find other weird, unique scenarios where that's
one
the
cool
case.
scenario for my FISA fans out there, you know we love FISA here, that I have thought is you get to go Poison Dagger and everybody expects you to level up next, right? But instead, you're able to go Impact Hammer and then in Recollection level up. And now you have Dagger online plus Impact Hammer, which like if you have both of those on a turn, the game is pretty. You're in a good spot. So cool stuff.
I think there's a lot of fun things you can do with this card. I'm excited to see.
We've seen one other card that kind of does a weird level uppy thing.
Fireblooded Oath?
Yes. And that card hasn't seen a lot of play.
That card hasn't seen any play.
Because every set, I feel like I'm like, what if it's good now? Like, maybe no. It's because it has to banish 3 fire cards. It's level. It costs 5 or 6 unless you're Tony.
So bad.
Wait, no, unless you're Guardian. So Seal.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Come on, Kevin.
Just for a turn.
Fireblooded Oath.
It's so bad.
Anyway, what do you got?
I got a card that I'm going to talk about super quickly, and then I'm going to talk about another card. I just want to talk about Safeguard Paragon. This is a card that I'm excited for because it is a very Blanche-esque card, but it is a uncommon from the new set.
This is a really cool card.
So this is going to afford players that may not want to buy Blanches, which are currently $20 plus each right now. You can play this card and have a very, very similar effect. Better in some situations, worse in others. Very, very similar card to Blanche. Incredibly affordable.
You can play both.
This is going to be a 20-cent card. You know, like so super cool. I just wanted to bring it up for the cost.
Hanky loves this card. Hanky's a big fan of this card.
So I just wanted to bring it up, make sure that you guys know if you're thinking about buying a Blanche soon, maybe wait. You might want to try this card out first for a way more budget-friendly option. So then my actual card that I want to talk about that I'm excited for is Spellword Scepter.
This is cool.
So this is a 0-cost Norm Regalia item Cleric Scepter. No class bonuses on this card. Hindered, so it comes in rested, and then you can tap it and banish itself to prevent the activation of the next card you activate this turn can't be negated. So the reason that I'm excited for this card is because one thing that I was starting to not like about Grand Archive is that some archetypes have really strong negates built into them. Tristan with Incap, Astra with Astral Seal, and all this kind of stuff. And other archetypes really don't. And so sometimes it just felt very limiting to look at Onsol, for example, in Warrior, which has no good negates. And just be like, well, I can't play Onsol because it's going to get negated, and then there's just nothing I can do about
Fractals, they don't have a negate.
Right.
You have to scale it up. It takes so long to get
no negates.
But yeah, so there just definitely felt like there was some archetypes in Grand Archive that were really cool, but you just couldn't pursue because you can't keep up with a negate. And I didn't like that. It felt incredibly limited. So I think this is a really, really good way to give those decks a chance to bring this type of thing out. And yes, it can be reduced, it can be fracturized. However, it can also be copied with a really cool card that Terry's about to talk about. Is it on your list?
Wait,
I thought you said it was on your list.
Which one? I might have taken it off my list.
Oh, okay.
Talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
This is the bonus. Another bonus card.
I get to talk about 3 cards in a row. Let's go. Excalibur. This is...
I almost brought up at the very beginning when you talked about the water card. Because I was like, oh, man, I wonder if you could do that twice at a turn. It's crazy.
This was a card that right before recording, we were like, does anybody have this card on your list? And it's Excalibur, I think, is probably the most hyped up card for the whole set. And
Beautiful
frankly,
art.
for good reason.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
This is a 3-drop, 1/3 main deck sword weapon that has a 1/2, not 1/2.
It's a 1/2. It's a 1/2.
1/3. Yeah, 1/2. That has True Sight and Spell Shroud. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And then Merlin bonus, it gets +1 attack.
I don't know why we're guessing when we all have phones here.
I'm pretty sure I know this card good.
I hope it's all wrong.
You did do good.
I did do good.
You do good.
Do good well.
True Sight, Spell Shroud, 1/2.
1/2 3-drop. Yeah. So any person can run this. It's not linked to any classes. Merlin does get the +1, but that's honestly kind of irrelevant. And then on Destroyed, so whether you Blazing Throw it, whether you just swing twice with it and destroy it, or whether you play a new one, because it is unique, you get to summon a token copy of a non-distortion regalia you control with memory cost 0. It becomes a distortion in addition to its other types. I forgot to mention that during our Let's Talk About It Cheshire Cat video. So you could make Cheshire Cat which can copy abilities, or sorry, it can activate abilities of Distortion Regalia you control.
Yeah.
So you can really
Make any Regalia.
Yeah, so you
Any
could
zero cost regalia.
any zero cost Regalia. You can make it a Distortion with Excalibur and then copy it with Cheshire Cat. That's really cool. Sorry. But this is really strong.
Come to our Patreon if you want to see content like that.
So yeah, being able to copy Lantern, Censor. What is the card that made us start talking about this originally? The negate. You can't negate something. So playing a sword in Onsol, really good to do already in your main deck. Copying your can't negate it stuff, right? Like
your QSG is kind of funny because you get a material deck that you actually want out on the field, like you don't have out yet, but you have your QSG out.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean this Excalibur has so much range, it's unreal. So yeah, just a really cool card. Yeah, it helps with the they're gonna remove my can't be negated thing. They're gonna remove my Lantern.
I think we're going to see a lot of this card.
I think this card is going to be one of the most played cards from the
And you know what's crazy and probably really unfortunate? It's a UR.
It's a UR, yeah.
And it can go in any deck. Like it has playability in every deck, in every archetype. It doesn't matter. So that's a little unfortunate. But.
GA normally does a really good job of making its super generic staples like a fairly low rarity. Like yes, GCR was a UR back in the day, but it was a 1 in 5 chance. You had a 20% chance to open up a GCR from your box. That's pretty decent. This is a main deck card, and I believe there are more URs in this set, so it's technically like a lower chance every box you get. Very glad it's not a Divine Relic. I mean, obviously, if it was, like, you couldn't play multiple and stuff, but, like, you get what I mean. You know, like, it's not going to be, like, 1 in 20 cases is going to have this or something like that, right?
Yeah, so, hopefully the pull rates are nuts because I just remember with Carter, that was, like, a big issue. But that's one archetype that could play it.
The good thing is, I don't think this is a 4 of in a lot of decks. So I think hopefully we'll see it as mainly a 2 or 3 of, which is going to help a lot. Because if you need 2 and I need 2, that's way better than both of us needing 4, right? We get one play set, split it, right?
Yeah, hopefully we need 12. Jeez.
So it's super cool card.
Yeah. No, you got to talk about some really good ones. Yeah. So last card for this podcast before we call it a day.
Choose well.
It's really hard to pick. Because there's so many that I want to talk about, but I'm going to talk about my favorite card from the set.
Sure.
So my personal favorite is March Hare Modeled Host, and I know so many people are excited about this card.
This card's cool.
So I really thought we should talk about it.
It's getting a CSR, right?
It is. It's in the event pack.
Oh,
so
event pack.
I'm going to be at every local that I can get to, so I can get these guys before Jun gets them. No,
if you pull one, you might have a buyer right here.
Yeah, you know, reach out to me. There's a good chance. But anyway, it's a 1 cost. It's fire. 1/1. Unique ally. Assassin animal. Human rabbit. I love the human animals. More human animals. Let's get it. Element bonus. Which, thank goodness, they gave it an element bonus. Whenever this card is banished from your graveyard to pay for a reserve cost, put it onto the field. Apply this effect only if your champion's element matches the card's element, obviously. But, oh my gosh, I'm going to read that again. Whenever this card is banished from your graveyard to pay for a reserve cost. So that's important because some people were under the impression that you could use like a Blazing Bowman or something like that.
It's activated.
It doesn't work like that. Yep, it has to be part of the reserve. Put it onto the field. Really cool.
So, do you want to quickly touch on when that happens?
Sure, kindled.
Yeah.
That's the real golden.
It's the only way to do it, right?
There's technically one other way.
What is that?
Baruch Soul Knife. You can activate it.
No, that's not a reserve cost. It's a memory cost.
Oh, it is a no. It's a. Oh yeah.
It's a memory cost.
Is it a? Oh yeah. Man, how does that work?
It's an activation.
Well, it's not a memory cost. It's just an activated ability.
Yeah.
But it is the activated ability.
It's not
you may
reserve
activate
cost.
it, so it's not part of reverse. So then that is the only way you could get it. So you have. Wait, is there any other way? No,
not right now.
Not currently. Maybe there will be one day.
I think currently it's just kindled.
Yeah.
Which there are a lot of cards that do
and there's
that.
even more that just got put into it. The suited stuff. Has a lot of kindled stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of kindled.
Last set, there was a ton of kindled stuff that we have slowly start to see some of the stuff get played. Things like, obviously, like first things that come to mind is like Courtesan and the Cleric spell. Conflagration.
Glowing Conflagration.
Yes. So those are like 2 that have seen play. But there are a lot of things out there with kindled. So super cool there. And we'll probably see more. It seems to be a pretty powerful thing that Fire has been getting into. So really cool effect. But so let's talk about that, right? So we kindle something, right? We play a Dazzling Courtesan. We use this to pay for that out of our graveyard. Boom, it comes back on the field. Now we have a 1/1. It doesn't come rested. That's important to remember.
Yeah, super important.
Really, really good. And people, like, adding that little bit of extra damage is really, really cool. So obviously this being fodder and continuously being able to be a fire card in your yard for things is really powerful. But what a lot of people don't think about is how good this card is at dying.
Yeah.
Because it's very good at dying. And so, you know, might as well throw it out there. I don't have the card's name.
Peppered.
That one?
I was going to talk about the unique domain from last set. Yeah, it's right here. Isaac put it there for you, and we'll find the name. He'll call it when we find it. But it's like Kindle 7. 6. Yeah, Kindle 6, and it makes this unique domain that people can siegeable, so they swing into it. But whenever whenever an ally you control would die, and you have 6 or less influence, you can draw a card.
Fire element ally.
Fire element ally.
Which this is.
Yeah.
Jianye Dawn's Keep.
Boom. Don't know if that's good, but I'm just trying to think of some cool interactions you can get with this guy out the gates, like day 1, right? So that might be a very do it at your locals type of thing.
You're definitely forgetting the most important card.
Oh yeah. It's a Stable Master, dude. If you control a horse ally, you may discard up to 2 fire element cards. For each card discarded this way, draw a card into your memory. Horse cards you activate have Kindle 3. Fire horses coming at you. We're doing that on locals. Oh my gosh, we are in like Flynn.
You can pitch that guy.
Yeah. And that's crazy. And then use them. Dude, that's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of cards will have a cost of like sacrificing an ally or something. You know, Peppered Chef can.
That was what I was going to talk about last.
And make it get +2. Cremation Ritual.
Yeah.
So
very good.
Being able to draw 2 cards by just playing Cremation Ritual, and what does that do? Puts it right back in the graveyard to just use the ability again.
Yeah.
And we should also talk before you switch to a new card. What happens if you have 2 of these or 3 of these in the graveyard, Hare?
So this is where it's broken.
Yeah.
Yes.
They all individually will enter, and they all individually will obviously die as well, which is where I was talking about the
only one can survive.
But only one can
because
survive.
it is a unique ally.
Yeah. So they all enter, and they would enter like this.
Whichever way you stack.
Yeah. However you stack it, all of these will individually resolve. And so if you do have effects that for whatever reason are going to utilize either the on-enter of an ally or the death of an ally, now you have 3 triggers of entering, and you're going to have 2 death triggers, which is really, really cool. I know that there are some really cool interactions with this that literally just slipped my mind that I wanted to talk about. If you have one off the top of your head, I don't know if you guys do. Obviously with that, that one is obviously the main one.
Because you kindle it, you bring these, they come into their effect as kindle as part of cost, and so they're going to come in and enter the field. So this won't actually be on the field yet.
You would need to kindle afterward.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. But you could use these to kindle it out. So if let's say you had 3, that's 3 free cards, right? Because they just go back.
And one stays on the field.
Yeah. And so that's pretty cool. Yeah. So you get to bring those in. Now you're not going to get those triggers, unfortunately, because they will resolve before this resolves, as it is part of cost.
But you only have a Courtesan and one other card in hand after playing that Gianni. Or actually, that's your whole influence. You kindled 6 for that sucker.
Yeah.
And then
we're good.
You Courtesan, play 1 memory cost, bring 2 of those Hares back. You already have 1 on board. They're going to die. You're going to draw 2 from Gianni.
And you swing first with this one, so you sack that one, and then now you have another attack that you'll get.
Yeah.
So added damage. There's a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. Even if you're not trying to get like the on death, on enter stuff things going, even if you just have 3 in your graveyard and you're just going Courtesan, banish 3, bring 1 out, or bring all 3 out, 1 sticks, swing at you for 1.
Yeah.
2, go back to the graveyard, swing at you with Courtesan. Pain 1 because you still it's unreal.
Yeah, the amount of value you get out of them when you have multiple, because they just keep recurring themselves back to the graveyard.
And since you get to choose which one stays alive, you kill off your rested one, bring out a new one, and swing 1 again.
Exactly.
Usually unique ally makes it feel like a hindrance on the card. It gives it a restriction, so you can't stack multiple like really good allies and stuff. this getting unique specifically makes the card 10 times better.
Yeah.
Because now it turns on red hair, which I don't know if you mentioned that either.
I have not, but it does because it's a human animal.
Yeah, so it turns on red hair, and then it can abuse itself when it gets multiple copies in rotation. Also, really nice synergy with red hair is
discard them.
You've seen well that yes, and also you've seen games in Ascent top 8s and stuff where someone played red hair Center Keeper, someone killed the Center Keeper, and the fire aggro player goes, pass. No swing with red hair. I don't have another way to recur it, right? But now it's like, okay, well, if you have March Hare and red hair, which is very funny that they're both hairs, if they kill off your March Hare, you say, thank you. Kindle it, bring it back, swing again, and now my red hair is like, so it's much harder to lock a red hair out of the game now.
Yeah. Really, really cool.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Pepper Chef.
I did.
I'm just going to talk about it very, very quick because I think that this is a common that people might overlook.
Yeah.
But a 2-drop 2/1 ally cleric human with on enter, you may sacrifice another ally. If you do, Pepper Chef gets +2 attack until end of turn.
Yeah.
So it's a 2-drop Blazing Bowman, right? In essence. But you do have to sack an ally. Well, we've got one ally that is okay to sack because he's going to come back. So
and it's definitely better than Bowman in a couple of ways. It can be retaliated, so that part sucks.
Yeah.
But not having to it doesn't get turned off by Lantern. That's huge.
really nice.
And costing 1 less.
Yeah.
2-drop 4 damage is fantastic for fire aggro. So we could talk a lot about good fire aggro cards in this
there's
set.
a lot. The seal cards look amazing. To kind of wrap it up on stuff we've talked about, there's such powerful, obviously Omen type cards and going into the Umbra, but there's a lot of really powerful water cards. A lot of really powerful aggressive fire cards.
Aetherwing cards, even.
I had a couple Diana cards on my list that I wanted to talk about. There's a water Diana card that can basically, to very shortly summary it up, just be repeatedly used as floating memory.
Oh yeah, that
over
card's
and over and over and over and over again. Insane, right? Just like red hair or March Hare.
Yeah, being able to see these cards come into the game that have a lot of recursion is really cool.
Yeah. Weaving Mana Storm.
Yes.
But the nice thing is that they can be shut off. There are Merlin level 2 can banish a card from the graveyard. If you banish a red hair or Weaving Mana Storm, can't keep using it. Lantern can interact with that card.
Censor
can interact with both cards. They printed a new card, at least one new card in this set that deals damage and banishes a card.
Poison Apple?
No, it's like a fast action that banishes a card and then deals 2 damage to each champion or something like that. So there's plenty of interaction for these cards. It's not like they're just printing these infinite combo loop kind of things that can't be interacted with.
Raccoon.
Yeah, Raccoon is a great
beautiful art.
Let's talk really fast. The art of this set. Oh my gosh, unbelievable.
Favorite.
I'm a huge Alice in Wonderland fan, and this is right down that realm, obviously.
This is the most
right down that hole.
This is the most excited, not only competitive wise, for I'm just really looking forward to playing with these cards and seeing how the gameplay is. But it's also the most I've been looking forward to opening the set.
Yes.
And getting to see these foils for the first time.
My gosh.
Hopefully a CSR, right? Yeah. Or something like that, right?
CUR.
Just so many of the cards look amazing. Yeah. We've never, dude.
Have we ever together?
We've never hit a CUR from a modern set.
No.
From a non-Dawn of Ashes set.
Maybe this is the one that changes.
I hope so, dude. I hope so.
But honestly, guys, we are so excited to be here on YouTube. And be here with all of you every week. Hopefully, we got your wheels turning a little bit with some of these cards, and maybe you're going to start building some really cool decks. If there are cards that you guys are excited about that we didn't talk about, why don't you shoot them below in the comments? We'd love to hear them. Hopefully it sparks some ideas for us. Maybe we can do some content on it.
There's so many good cards.
The set's amazing. Real quick too, thank you Weebs for giving 2nd and 3rd place from Worlds trophies, our 1st and 2nd loser trophies. Love them.
Yeah.
I wanted to showcase it today because I just got it in the mail. So really, really cool. Really cool memory to have.
Yeah.
So, but I guess, guys, we'll see you next week, right? Because now we do this every week. So until next Tuesday, peace.